up, Bladerinos? I've got some time in with the faction Plastiks, and I'm excited to share with you my session impressions. If you've been around the channel before, you know I've been waiting for this skate for a long time. I did do a live stream of my first session, but I wanted to make sure that I wrote down some of the things I was thinking so I could share them with you in this video today. I took some notes while I was skating. I'm just going to read those off for you. First and foremost, these skates sound amazing. Absolutely all about that thud life. The colorway looks phenomenal, especially in the sun. The cuff is a little creaky, adding some wax should help that. When I was tightening up the bungees, I noticed two things, that they don't come tied, and then also the aglets are kind of weak. I really pulled on the bungee and I ripped the plastic tip off of the bungee. The buckle receiver is phenomenal. It's got two notches on the inside that are really going to help secure that buckle strap. I did notice when I tightened them all the way to the point that I like that the cuffs overlap a good bit, so I'll probably end up cutting the cuff flaps. The laces hold really snug. They're not waxed or anything, just some good old standard laces, and they work great. Though I did have a fall and I've already started to fray the laces a little bit. The liner feels absolutely amazing right out of the box. I haven't heat molded them or anything and they fit perfect. I'm usually skating a 9.5, but I got the 10 this time around just because the liner is a little plushier. I do have different sized feet, so I noticed that my left foot was perfect where my right foot felt like I was sliding around a little bit because the right foot's a little smaller. So I did end up putting a FP insole in there and that helped a lot. I am going to have to break it in a little more because it's like 2 millimeters too tight, but it's nothing I can't deal with. The grooves on the Stealth sole plate are amazing. They're incredibly fast and they lock super well. I really like the center groove on these. My second and third session, I skated these skates with the shelf sole plate on the left foot to see if it made any difference weight-wise or locking-wise. Obviously, I did notice that the OG shelf sole plate is locking a lot better just because it's got more surface area, but I was pleasantly surprised to find that I really like these Stealth sole plates, and honestly, I think I'm going to keep them on here. That being said, I did notice that locking tricks on square rails and ledges was pretty hard because of the flex. The forward flex had me slipping off a lot. To touch on that a little bit more, these have a crazy amount of forward flex. I found myself falling forward a lot. Coming from the Mesmer TS1s, I didn't realize how much I was using my cuff to keep me from falling forward. But this skate does not do that. And more on the flex, it can catch you off guard. You can definitely get some speed wobbles and end up falling. I was just doing a 180 on the pyramid and my heel was not pointed perfectly straight, and instead of being able to carve it out like the Mesmer, I really had to try to be on top of the skate and I just couldn't do it, so I got speed wobbles, lost it, and just fell. Now, while that might be a con simply because it's going to make skating a little bit harder, you are going to have to dial these in more. One thing I really did like about the flex is that you can really squat into your grinds just like the Faction Tacticals. You can really control where your body positioning is after you've already locked in. Whereas with the Mesmers and the 909s, I felt like that wasn't nearly as possible. These are very much so grinder blader skates. They are amazing for doing grinds and doing switch ups and locking onto things. I haven't had a whole ton of time carving in the bowl, and while they did fine, I definitely can tell there is a loss of power transfer between these and the TS1s and the 909s, my most familiar skates, simply because they are going to be much more flexible. At the end of my 3 sessions, my impression with this skate is that they are incredibly fantastic pro blades. I'm going to quick clarify what I mean. When I say pro blades, I mean these things you do not mess around in. These skates will teach you very quickly what is wrong with your skating form. I realize that I'm still very much so hunching forward, so I'm falling forward a lot. I realize I'm very not so much on top of my grinds because I keep falling off them. And I also notice I'm relying way too much on the cuff for my power transfer. So at the end of the day, these aren't going to be the most ankle supporting skates, but if you're looking for something that's going to be more flexible, more freeing, going to grind amazing, and is going to feel amazing, that's my biggest takeaway from here. I've got a bunch of blisters on my feet from Operation Ohio, and these liners did not pop them, did not hurt them. They have felt amazing. And having some pretty serious aggressive sessions after skating 70 miles with that same blister really goes to show that these are some plush liners. I'm really excited to do a full review on these skates. I hope to be able to do it out at the compound. I really hope to be able to get some of the faction team involved in some of the review as we just talk about this skate. I hope this has been at least a little informative about the faction plastic skates. I've really enjoyed my 3 sessions in them. I've probably got about 6 hours on them. I do foresee this being my main skate for a long time. I've been waiting for this forever, and after I tried on the faction liner, I knew that I was going to be sold. I was going to be wearing these all the time. They're incredibly comfortable. Cannot express that enough. In my experience, they are true to size, so if you're looking to get this boot, make sure you go ahead and measure your Mondo and make sure for sure that your measurements are correct. But if you are positive about your measurements, you should be fitting in this boot just fine. This has been Spook Wackadoo with my first 3 sessions impression, and I am super excited to do a full review on this and to spend more time with this skate. Shout out to Faction and Clark Kirkman for taking all the time that they could to make sure that the skate was ready to go by the time it launched. Stay tuned for some more content with the Faction crew, hopefully coming soon. I got to talk to Eric Michael about skating for him a little bit, and we're gonna have that video out soon. So thanks for being here, everybody. I hope to catch you in the next stream. We'll be doing Left versus Right and be doing more religion interviews soon. So thanks for being here. Later, Bladers.